Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Friday, February the 26th. It is National Pistachio Day. I like pistachios. Every time we get them, I eat way too many, though.
Yeah, I like pistachios.
But don't we, like every time we get them, do you get like to the point where you're going, okay,
I've had enough.
I've probably had plenty of these for a while. I'm good for like a month. So today is a good day to celebrate, I guess. National Tell a Fairy Tale Day. Do you have a favorite fairy tale? They usually start out with Once Upon a Time and,
No,
end with Happily Ever After.
Not really.
National Toast Day. Toast is good. Toast is good every day.
Toast is always good. Doesn't matter what time of day.
And National Chili Day, which
Chili is also
Heidi
always
has
good.
got a couple of awesome recipes for chili. So, also I got an awesome guest joining me today. I'm going to be visiting with the Rev. He's got a program on USA Network called The Rev, and we're going to be chatting with the Rev coming up in a bit.
Who are we talking to?
The Rev. I'm excited to chat with him. He actually seems like a cool dude. I'm super excited. It's on the way.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new study conducted by Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine finds cocaine use increases the risk of dying from coronary artery disease.
Oh.
So they're going, whether you like cocaine or just the smell of it, it's not good for you. Which I don't think anybody's shocked by that.
Well, no, I don't think anybody's shocked by that, but I wouldn't have thought it was
coronary artery disease.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have necessarily associated the two, but they found an association. Now, moving to this one, a new study shows remote learning students are more stressed than their peers who are in a classroom. So they did studies with people who are at home trying to, figure it out on their own, and others who are in a classroom where they can ask a teacher. And, shocker, the people who are at home trying to figure it out on their own or asking mom and dad.
Well, yeah, and that's just it, because just that alone is stressful.
Yeah.
Mom and dad are stressed, so the kids are stressed.
Can you help me with this? I always thought it was funny to watch Heidi try to help our kids with homework.
Oh.
It was always a hoot.
Not a fan.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Two men in Pennsylvania cited for hunting under the influence of a controlled substance when they got caught stalking squirrels while they were under the influence of marijuana. What? January is when this happened. Warden Harold L. Cole Jr. of the Pennsylvania Game Commission filed charges alleging Douglas W. Litz and Brian T. Paust smoked cannabis and then went hunting. Says they admitted to smoking before hunting back in September when they were stopped by the warden patrolling an area. 10:30 in the morning is when all this stuff was going on. Yeah, they spotted a minivan parked on Ridge Road.
Boy, they like to get an early start on things.
Apparently, they smelled weed wafting from the van, and they noticed a glass pipe, a neon orange cloth, all kinds of other things like shotgun shells visible in the vehicle, and that's when they found them hunting, for whatever reason, squirrels.
Why am I only picturing just a Cheech and Chong movie?
That is kind of what I'm seeing, too.
And they're rolling up on them.
They got in all kinds of trouble, but that apparently is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Director Karam Gill calls Tekashi 6ix9ine a, quote, horrible human being, end quote, ahead of the debut of his documentary on the hip-hop artist. So the director, for whatever reason, did a documentary on this guy, and he called Tekashi someone with, quote, no talent or morals, hyper-calculated, and a social media mastermind who can spark a reaction. Meanwhile, others say that might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said about him. So that's just terrible.
A social media master, but he's not a fan, apparently.
But he did a documentary on him, so I don't get it.
Maybe this is just a way to boost ratings on the documentary.
Hey, here we're talking about it.
Kind of sounds like it to me.
Lori Laughlin has officially gotten her passport back after completing a prison sentence for her role in the college admission Varsity Blues scandal.
That whole thing is
just bizarre. And according to U.S. Weekly, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's relationship has the full support of their loved ones. The magazine sources added the pair has, quote, so much in common with each other, end quote. So if you were wondering, that was going to make a bearing on how your weekend goes, now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. Nestle is making a new vegan Kit Kat bar that will be 100% animal-free. And the interesting thing is the internet is divided on this. There are people online saying, hey, it's about time someone does something like this. It's really cool. And then there's a lot of haters that are going, why destroy the Kit Kat?
Yeah.
And why not call it something else?
It's at least it's just a version of it. They're not doing away with...
But here's the thing. The thing I thought was interesting, there were people saying, if I were a vegan, I wouldn't eat anything called a Kit Kat. It's got the word cat right in the name. So why wouldn't they just call it something else? And I never even thought of that. Would you have thought of that?
No, but I would never even want to consider myself in the vegan territory in any way anyway, so.
Calm down over there.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you just take 5?
I'm more on the anti-vegan Kit Kat train.
Stop it. Well, we know where Heidi sits on this. Why did I even ask? 3 Cuban nationals who were rescued this week after being marooned for 33 days on an uninhabited Bahamian island.
Oh, that
They were on
sounds
an
like
island in the
heaven.
Bahamas. No, they managed to survive on a diet of coconuts, conchas, and rats. Still sound like heaven?
The coconut does.
Yuck. Give me one of those Kit Kats instead. I'll do that. Fine, I'll try it. McDonald's in Malaysia is debuting a new spicy apple chicken sandwich. That is interesting.
Spicy apple, yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing, but it sounds interesting. A koala, the bears, the cuddly, snuggly little...
I love that.
They're actually probably not so cuddly or snuggly, but they look cuddly and snuggly. But a koala in southern Australia caused a 5-car pileup on a 6-lane freeway.
Aww.
Because he just kind of wandered out on the road. He's like, I'm just going to hang out right here. And this is a weird story. I heard this about a week ago, and I've had a lot of the stuff that's in my show notes here today. I've been holding on to. I'm trying to get it all done before the weekend here. United Airlines flight from Denver to Honolulu lost an engine during takeoff. It caused Boeing 777, a bunch of different parts, to fall on nearby homes. And they turned around, went back to the Denver airport, made the emergency landing. Again, this happened like a week ago now. Luckily, nobody was hurt in the incident, which dropped pieces of the plane over a 1-mile radius.
Can you imagine?
I can't even imagine. And then it's like,
how
okay,
terrifying that would be.
We got it all fixed. We're going to take off again. I'm like, I think I'll just stay home. That would be so bizarre.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So, and then we've got one last story to get to here.
I wonder how many vouchers they got for that.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Somebody online
Sorry,
asked.
we almost killed you.
Well, somebody
fly
online
with us
said,
again.
do they get more miles because they made the U-turn and came back? Does that all count on them? I don't know. Well, now that we got to that, I don't have time for one more thing, so we're going to have to just save that for later. Thanks for listening. This has been your Scoop of the Day on The John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's insurancechicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Today, our guest is the Rev. Going to be talking with Richard the Rev Hartley. He's an outspoken, eccentric founder and pastor of a thing called Haven International Ministries in Queens, New York. And now he's got a TV show on USA Network. And it looks really, really fun. I've got him on the line right now. Tell me a little bit about this. It looks like you've got a lot of fun stuff going on, sir.
I grew up singing in church around 5 years old. I was 5 or 6. And then I was conducting and training the choirs around 7 years old. I was, apparently had a gift for hearing musical parts and vocal parts. So I was training all of the adults in the church, even my mother, who quit the choir because I told her she was off key. And so I did that for about, I did that for about 20 years, John. And then I had an opportunity to sing on Broadway in Mama I Want to Sing, a musical. That musical took us all over the world. We went to Europe, and we went to Africa, and we went to Japan, and been to Japan about 150 times. And then I was directing the choir in that show. So then I got a reputation for being a maniacal choir director, a little crazy, because I throw things. I throw paper cups, nothing that's going to hurt no one, but, cups and bricks and, hammers, shovels, and everything. If you're not on key, you're going to get hit.
But the good news is, when you're done, these choirs sound great, don't they?
Listen, you're going to have to sound good. And so I was able to build choirs for, Mariah Carey and with Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross on TV movies, Grammy Awards, and all types of things, And so that's what I've been doing. And someone said, that is really interesting. I want to come to your rehearsal and film you, because this is like a circus. Because I have a local church choir that can't sing at all. Their ears are in their feet. They can't sing anything. And so they came to film me, and they sent that tape to a person, they sent it to another person, and the next thing you know, I'm on TV.
And the neat thing is, you're on TV on USA Network with a show called The Rev on Thursdays on USA Network. It's not just what you do at work. The cool thing is, they kind of get to peek behind the scenes and see what you do at home as well.
Well, yeah, it's my personal struggle that people are going to be able to relate to. I have 2 grown, full-time, stay-at-home children. I have a daughter who collects college degrees. That's her hobby. So she has a bachelor's, and she has 2 master's degrees.
Oh, wow.
She just applied for a PhD. She has no job and no money, but she has 4 college degrees.
Oh, my goodness.
She won't move out. And then I have a full-time professional musician's son who travels with me around the world, but he's like the house ghost, because we only see him when it's time to eat, and then he has concerts at 4 o'clock in the morning. And my wife is a hotel manager, because this house is a hotel. She cleans up for them. She makes their beds. She makes food for them. She only boils eggs for me, but they get, 7-course meals. And she does everything for them. And you're going to see my struggle. America help.
And again, the show just launched last month on USA Network. It's called The Rev on USA Network, Thursday nights. In the trailer that I watched here, there was a really funny scene where you're talking to your wife and you're saying about your kids, you want them to grow, I want them to go. And I think there's probably a lot of parents who can relate to that when they've got adult kids living at home.
So she wants them to stay here forever. She wants to build a compound. They can come in. He's married. Stay here. Have your children here. No. My sentence is over. I have paid my dues to society.
Now, the show, The Rev on USA Network, has done really well so far. What are your aspirations? Would you like to do more with this show? Do you have other ideas for something beyond the show on USA Network?
Well, we're going to start here and see where it takes us, but I really think it's a great opportunity for America to see a relatable family,
Yeah.
That we're all the same. We all have the same struggles. We all have the same situations. We want the same things for our children. And even on a deeper level, this could help even unite our country. Because we can see our sameness, not our differences. He's a father. I'm a father. His wife thinks she's in charge. My wife thinks she's in charge, and the kids just don't listen to anybody. It's an American story.
I agree completely. I got to tell you, I think when people tune in and see this, they're going to fall in love with your family, which is going to be easy to do because you guys are just such a likable group of people. So thank you for getting in front of that camera and letting the world peek in and see it, and the perfect and the not so perfect and everything. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Right. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today has been The Rev from The Rev on USA. I'm going to put a link to all the information so you can check it out. It's on Thursday nights This on USA Network. And I've got all the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
According to a study, romantic comedies, rom-coms, make women more likely to believe that being stalked is normal. By the way, it's not. It's not normal. If you've got somebody stalking you, that's not because he's just a swell guy and it's all going to work out great because, well, in the movies it did. Yeah, that was a movie. This is real life. If somebody's stalking you, that's not good.
Call the police.
Yeah. So according to the study, though, they're like, oh, no, it's pretty normal. No, it's not. All right, this is your fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline China. China has announced plans to create a rival boy band to BTS. That's like a Korean boy band.
Okay.
And they've done very, very well globally. They sell tons and tons of, do you say records now? They sell a lot of music.
Albums?
I don't think it's all digital. What do they sell?
Know.
They sell tons of downloads. I don't know if I'm saying, do I sound really old right now? This kid's got quite the album here. Anyway, China's working on creating a rival band. I don't know what they're going to call it. I don't know if it's going to sound good, but we'll be on the lookout for that. It's a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A British man faces up to 6 years in prison for breaking Singapore's quarantine rules to meet up with his then fiancée, now wife, but they were in the same hotel. 52-year-old Nigel Skay left his room at the 5-star Ritz-Carlton Hotel on 3 different occasions to meet up with his wife, who's now his wife, but then it was his fiancée.
Right.
39-year-old Agatha Magish Amalayam. She was in a different room. On one of the occasions, he was maskless when he climbed in an emergency stairwell to enter the room. Anyway, he spent 9 hours in the room. They were not under quarantine. Most travelers are required to stay in their own room assigned to them for 14 days. It's just to make sure that they're not bringing something in. Anyway, he pled guilty to breaking the quarantine, the coronavirus quarantine. And doing so, the couple is now being sentenced. They could end up facing 6 years in jail and a fine of 10,000 Singapore dollars, which is like 7,558 US dollars. So pretty serious stuff. Very bizarre story. It's today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by redcrossblood.org. Today, a cautionary tale, Heidi.
Okay.
Do not leave your vehicle running at a gas pump.
No, I think everybody pretty much knows that.
Just because we know doesn't mean we do. Monday, the 15th of February at 7:22 a.m., police were called because there was a car stolen at a gas pump. Witnesses say a female, later identified as 22-year-old Haley Dawn Lopp of Columbus, Ohio, jumped into a vehicle and sped away. She actually damaged the gas pump when she left, like she turned too sharp or whatever. Or I don't know if the
or
thing
didn't
was,
unhook the thing before she drove off.
Something happened.
I don't know who would do that.
Yeah, Heidi did that once.
I did.
She drove away and yanked the gas pump. Did you just drive by and throw it out the window? What did you do?
No, I went back and put it on the gas pump.
Did you tell the people inside?
No.
This might belong to you. Anyway, this lady then crashed the stolen vehicle and took off on foot. They were able to catch her, and she got to go to jail for a bit. But don't leave your vehicle running. It's a terrible, terrible idea. Make sure you lock your vehicle up. If you are going to leave it running, make sure you can lock it so somebody can't just get in like this and drive away.
Exactly.
There you go. It's today's Moment of Duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? This is one of my favorite new little features that we have
I like
here.
this
I like
one.
this. So I'm going to ask Heidi about the name of a real business. She's got to tell me, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Here we go.
All right.
Mango Bay, West Palm Beach, Florida. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
I'm going to say that's a rehab center.
And golf clap for Heidi. Hey, it is indeed a rehab center. Mango Bay, West Palm Beach, Florida. That's how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. This story is just such an awesome story. Here's a headline. Mississippi woman drives 25 miles on a four-wheeler to work her nursing home shift. So, Have you ever driven on a four-wheeler in the cold?
I have never driven on a four-wheeler.
No kidding?
Period.
Oh, I've many times. Well, nursing home worker in Mississippi did whatever it took to get to her shift when a winter storm brought freezing temperatures to the region. She wanted to make sure she got there. According to a post by Pinecrest Guest Home, where she works, Deshante Cooley drove a four-wheeler over 25 miles in the freezing cold to make it to work. Says she came to work her shift today. You may think that's not a big deal. However, this tough lady rode her four-wheeler in the freezing cold from this town to this town, two different towns. Anyway, over 25 miles. She loves and cares about her residents, and it says, we appreciate you, Deshante. And I think that is awesome. Mississippi was experiencing power outages at the time this happened. Water lines were bursting. Police advised the general public not to drive unless absolutely necessary. With this type of dedication, you should go a long way, young lady. Many employers would be glad to have you on their staff, one commenter said online. Her mother also commented on the post. She said, I am one proud mom. Be safe, baby. We love you, Deshante. I think that is just really cool.
It is.
Have you ever had to do that where like you've had really bad weather and you had to find a way to get to work, or did you go, oh, there's 2 flakes, I'm done?
I pretty much was the 2 flakes and I'm done kind of girl.
See, I'm not that way.
I'm going to get my pajamas back on.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry. If God wanted me to go to work today, he wouldn't have brought this snow.
That's right. No, I really am not.
Yeah.
I'm not the whole
overachiever type.
Not so much the overachiever type. Just I'm not going out in that cold weather type.
Well, I think it's a really cool story. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.